Hey everyone, how's it going? It's been a while since we last talked about Dead Space here on the channel, and since we've officially entered into the spookiest month of the year, I thought it was time to fix that. And what better way than talking about the newly released gameplay trailer for the Dead Space remake. So without any further ado, let's get into it. The first thing that struck me right away was just how great the graphics looked. Games nowadays pretty much always have incredible graphics, so it should go without saying that the graphics in the new Dead Space look fantastic, but I am still amazed by just how great they look. The game looks so incredibly detailed, even in 1080p, and the cold metallic look of the original was enhanced tenfold in the remake. I also have to say I love how warm and glowing the fire on the flamethrower looks. I never used the flamethrower much in the original, but with how great it looks here, I might have to try it in the remake. We also got our first look at the marker, and it also looks fantastic. It has that same warm red glow of the flamethrower, but with more detail than the original game. As far as the gameplay goes, we didn't really get to see a whole lot of it. We do get to see a fair bit of the game, but not much actual combat as we would see it in game. Obviously, it's safe to assume we'll just have a higher quality version of what we saw during the various developer live streams from last year. It is a remake at the end of the day, so we more or less already know what we're getting. And what we did see in the trailer looked great, so I don't have any issues here at all. Moving from what we saw to what we heard, the new voice acting and dialogue in the trailer was exactly what I wanted it to be. When I heard Isaac would move from a silent protagonist to a voice one for the remake, I was a little skeptical at first. Don't get me wrong, I was glad to see Gunnar Wright reprise his role from the sequels, but the dialogue in those sequels wasn't always the most appropriate, especially for a horror game. Thankfully, the dialogue for Isaac that we heard was entirely believable. We didn't hear any out-of-place one-liners or anything like that. He sounds confident when talking about how to repair the ship, which is expected for an engineer of Isaac's status. I just hope that confidence doesn't transfer to his dialogue when dealing with the necromorphs. Isaac isn't a soldier or even an action hero, so he should be afraid of them, and his dialogue should reflect that. We didn't hear any dialogue related to the necromorphs from Isaac in this trailer, so we'll just have to wait and see what it's like when the game comes out. I'm a little mixed on the rest of the voice acting. On the one hand, it all sounds good in and of itself. On the other hand, I'm a nostalgia addict who wants everything to sound exactly as it did in the original game, and that's where it sometimes misses the mark. The inflection on certain lines sounds very different from the original, which does make sense considering it's a different actor in a different time, giving a different performance. It all sounds good, but it's just not the same as the original. This is definitely a me thing that I'm just gonna have to get over for this one. Beyond that, I only have a couple nitpicks for the trailer, and both relate to the health bar for some reason. It seems to go up in chunks in this shot, whereas the original had a nice smooth movement to it. Also, the two soldiers at the beginning of the game don't have any health bar displayed at all in the trailer, where they did in the original game. Again, this is largely a me thing. I don't think many others will even notice or care about this sort of thing, and it's something that can and probably will be easily fixed before the game releases in January. If my only complaints about the game is that the health bar is loading slightly differently and the voice acting is not a one-for-one copy of the original, I'd say the game is in a pretty good spot. I wish these were the sorts of things I complained about in the games I normally talk about here on the channel. Oh, and speaking of when the game releases, the game is available for pre-order as of today. Technically yesterday. My internet was down all today. I didn't get this up the same day as the trailer. So if that's something you want to do, now's your chance. The standard edition is $70 for console and $60 for PC, which is unfortunate as a console player, but unfortunately it seems that's the way the industry is going. There's a digital-only deluxe edition that comes with a couple additional suits and cosmetics for additional $10, but the really interesting one is the collector's edition, which includes, among other things, a steelbook CD case for the platform of your choice, a 4-inch or 10cm tall marker statue, and a life-sized Isaac helmet complete with functional lighting that you can wear. It's got a hefty price tag associated with it, but goddamn is it cool. As you can tell, I'm really happy with the apparent state of the game so far. I'm really looking forward to playing the game for myself in January, and it's something you'll be able to see here on the channel when that comes out. But those are just my thoughts. Of course, let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you made it this far. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.